What's up, everybody? Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Let's Build series. We're back on our Shadowbound capital vessel, and if you'll recall, in the last episode we wrapped up on this over here, trying to get the thruster section correct, which it's not quite there. The sun is also not quite where I want it to be. That's better. So yeah, there's still some stuff that needs to be fixed about the thrusters. It's not terrible, but it's not the way that I want it. I want it to actually merge a little bit more and kind of blend. But there was a suggestion in the last episode's comments, which I wanted to address because I thought it was a phenomenal idea. I mentioned that I didn't want to keep having to do editing to show the thumbnail, or not the thumbnail, but the concept sketch that I did in 3D for this object, and somebody had mentioned in the comments about putting it on an LCD screen. Now, this is not high quality. I didn't do it as a mod. I did it as a monospace thing, but it's pretty effective for what I want to do. So here's the layout, basically. Again, kind of shoddy quality-wise, but it gives you a rough layout. So as you can see, we've got it didn't end up quite the same hull structure as I had originally intended it, because it was actually supposed to be a gradual taper all the way up with a flat height. I was thinking it was more rounded. It was not. So that's a little bit of an oversight on my part. Don't know what the hand thing is doing there with... gimme. So yeah, it got a little more rounded, but it's kind of one of those, I think it's okay for now. I think it works. That's too funny. So yeah, a little bit of change there. We're going to end up putting the command bridge kind of on top. There's the ring that I've referenced before, the living ring, if you want to call it, like the living space type area. And this is the part that I'm working on right now, and it's hard to tell in this because the quality's so bad, but it kind of tapers around the edge, and it kind of has a fairly flat, like all the way around, like the hull and the thrusters are kind of the same thing, although these will probably end up being hangars, but whatever. And then we'll have to work on these guys and trying to add the ring in. So hopefully that will help you guys get a little bit more of a clear picture, and I'll be able to reference it a little easier. Eventually, I might add these in as a mod so I can adjust the quality and stuff like that, because I believe if you mod them in, you can make like, essentially you can make the resolution whatever you want, from my understanding. So, in that regard, I'll probably have to do that at some point, put some widescreen LCDs or some bigger ones or something like that, just to improve the quality. Now, I do know you can also split these using the monospace thing, and you could make like a column. Hadn't really perfected it, couldn't figure it out, so I just opted to do that for now so I could get cracking on this episode. So with that, we're going to jump in to what we're going to work on, which is trying to at least refine the thrusters. That's my main focus, and then we'll move from there. Alright, so I actually learned something very valuable just now, and that's that the range on the copy-paste does not have to be touching the object. I didn't know that. You can click there, and it'll highlight. You can click there. I did not know you could do that from that far away, so no more flying all over the world trying to get it to reset, or reset everything. Now, I did notice a couple things. One, the original design here, I think, is a little bit taller. I might have gone out one too many blocks. I kind of liked the shape of that, but I may want them to be a little bit taller, because I think they are a little taller on here, looks like. So, I think we're going to shave off a row, in theory. So let's grab this, and let's cut it like that. I think that'll work. And we can grab that, and once again, that's so useful. Alright, so that's a little bit better. I like that. Now, oh, no it's not. Not quite in the right place, it looks like. I snipped it a little too little too shallow, it looks like. Cut the nose off. Let's see, where is this one? Get them squared away. But the one thing I want to try and work on in this episode... Okay, I did that. Alright, I've got it set up that way. Okay. The one thing I want to try and work on, though, is to get... Wait a minute. Oh, I see. Never mind. Alright, we're good. I want to try and get the inner area connected properly. And one thing that I see that it probably needs to have happen is to basically actually connect it up in... because at the moment it's not really connected. It's like it hits here and then these become their own object, and in the actual artwork this just kind of merges. It just kind of spins around. But I noticed one area that I might have messed up on in this thruster design is that it does come down a little bit. It does kind of taper down. So we need to taper it as well, but like I said before, this is almost level with the thruster the whole way down. And that's not the case here. So we need to kind of basically match, I think, is what I need to do. I need to match the thruster angle. I keep calling them thrusters when I said they're probably going to be hangars, but whatever. To match this angle and this height level, but bring it around. That's what I actually need to do. For example, let's actually start up here, I think. And we have a copy. Let's go ahead and make a copy of this, actually. And I'm going to do that because I did refine the nose a little bit. So we'll just go ahead and set that. Hopefully it doesn't float away. I think I had some residual speed there. Are you moving? I don't think so. Alright, cool. So what we're going to do is... I think it'll be easiest just to go down like that. Oh, no. I should have done it like this. Where is... I really don't like it when it does this. Where's the blocks? No. Stop it. There we go. That's what I wanted to grab. Alright, so we got a hold of this. Let's get rid of that. And we'll go ahead and get rid of this too. That way we're working on a 2x1 plane, essentially. So from here, what I want to do is figure out a way to... I guess the simplest solution would really be to essentially just drag this out, I think. I'm going to try that because it might actually be that simple. If we bring it like this... I am going to need to put a block under here, though. If we do it like this, and essentially... Let's see, how many do we have here? Maybe we should start it here. Is we need to... say about here? Mayhaps? Essentially end off the shape, and that's going to be the tricky part. Because I need to find a shape that works. Like, can I do this kind of thing is, I guess, what I'm looking at. If I do it this way, or something similar. And then how do I merge this together? You know, that kind of thing. Which is probably going to be a little tricky, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to take some time and tinker with this and see if I can figure out how to make this work. Alrighty, so I think I'm on to something. I think I've actually got it going pretty well over here with this little gradual taper going on. I did make one little correction here, as you can see, that I think will make it a little bit better. And if we bring it down, it should also keep this a little bit... Should also keep it on the same height, is what I'm hoping for. It'll be a little bit further out, and we'll add a few more let's see, how many do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3 past this height. Oh no, this would be the top height. So we have this row, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to need to go 4 rows off of this point here, basically. And I don't... see, the problem that basically came with is this. This became the problem, because this does not exist on the original model. On the original model that I did, it basically comes straight to the back. It curves a little bit, but not too much. It's just kind of slopes down, and then when it gets to the edge, it's a continual slope, and this doesn't really follow that as much. This right here is a bit more of a squared off curve. This does. This follows it. I wonder if there's a way for me to continue that. I think I can, actually. We're just going to have to continue this shape right here down. I think. We're going to try it. We're going to see if it works. So from here, let's see. We need to be able to cut that and then put the ramp there, I think. Yep. And then this would go here and here. We'll have another one go there. And there and there. Right? Right. Perfect. Okay. We'll put that there, like that. And from here, we can just snip this whole top section because we don't need it. And yeah, I think that will work, at least for the moment. So, what that means is we're basically going to connect that there. We will remove this here. And if I do it correctly, we won't have any loose parts floating about. And then, in theory, we should come back like this. We'll remove this whole section here and cover this like so. Now again, this is going to be a little bit of an issue because of this curve that doesn't exist in the original concept. I don't like it, I just don't know how else to deal with it unless I move this whole area back, which is possible, but not real pleasant of an idea. Essentially, this should be higher, is really what it boils down to. This up here should have been up here, or relatively close. But at this point, I'm kind of saying screw it. Like, yes, it's not the original design, but screw it, basically, is kind of where I'm going. Also, what this might help with, if we do it this way, is it might give me another place to mount the ring, like over in this area where it might be a little flatter. Maybe. I'm not sure. But I think we'll have to just build it and then compare the two designs and just see what looks better, I guess. Because otherwise, I'm out of ideas, essentially. So, this really needs to work, basically. And I really hate when I do that and it leaves. I wish with mirror mode that it would also mirror the individual pieces as well. I know it can't do that, but it would be cool. Probably wasn't supposed to break that. So that also means that from here, we probably should cut this. And we'll use this one over here as a comparison so we can figure out what's going on. And then from here, we'll cut this one like so. Wait a minute. Oh, that's too high. There we go. Cut that. And that should leave this free floating. There we go. Alright, cool. So that takes care of that. Now, like I said, let's see. What are we looking at here? We're going to have to change this up a little bit. According to this design, like I said, we might have to make some adjustments, but it would basically be coming out to here, I believe. And then running this over and running this over, and that should be the top of our thruster, or hangar. Dagnabbit. I keep saying thruster, it's not a thruster. Well, it was, it's not gonna be. I don't know. I like the inner curve. I'm not sure how I feel about this, though. This on the outer section, well, that is a little bit keeping in line with the design. So, yeah, that's the tricky part, is that this... Well, no, I see what I need to do. I need to basically walk this back, I think. Let me test this out on this one row here. Let's see if this would work. So if I were to raise this up, right? By the way, will that work? No. Okay. Thought it would work for a second. I was like, huh? Alright, so if I were to do this, right? And if I had it like that, and then we put, not the ramp, but if we put the slope here... Okay. Now, if I were to keep that going along here and then cut this... Oh, I see the problem with that. So far, I see the problem anyway. This would basically be block, like out to here, kind of like this is. This would kind of match. Actually, that might not be a problem. Hold on. That might work, actually. Wait a minute. Did I remove the wrong row? What is going on here? Oh, there we go. I see. Okay. So if I did something like this, I guess I would do it this way? Maybe? And then kind of follow this pattern. Okay. We're onto something here. And then if I did this and brought this over here, that would raise that up at that point. Oh, we can do this! We can pull this off, I think. Alright, I think this might actually work. I could either do that right there. I don't like that as much because it does bring this part flush to the other edge, but then it doesn't bring it to the same spot here. So I'm not as big of a fan of that. But what we could do is maybe bring it back by one. Like this. Maybe? I'm not sure. Actually, what I'm thinking might be the most useful or practical would be to not have this be a perfect one-to-one, but maybe do it every other, like this. Maybe that would work better. Let's try it. So if we did that, and then did it like... I'm not going to do the end parts just because it's one more block to do. And then we did it like this. Or at least follow the same pattern. So I guess it would be like this. I guess, theoretically. So it goes along, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, that puts it right at the edge. So when we get around to, say, here... Or here. We can do it this way now. Then we could flip this. Or we could walk this in one. That would probably make more sense, given the way that we have this shaped. So we would bring... Let's see, like this, maybe? Oh, come on, you stupid thing. There we go. Like that. Nope. That one. There we go. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's an idea, though, that we could actually bring these edges all the way around and keep kind of looping them back, so it would essentially taper all the way down the back, like it's supposed to. It's a lot of work, but it is an idea that might actually work. I'm not feeling this one, though. This is not working for me. This right here is not... I'm not a fan of. This might work. Let me try that. Let me try it this way again, because this might actually look okay. More so than I thought. I didn't think it would. But that might actually turn out okay. I think. And essentially we would just keep, like, you'd basically go up one every level. So then when you're here, you'd basically end up like this kind of thing, and you'd bring this one down to here, so it would be something like this. And you kind of keep doing that, but then as you got further back, you could kind of spread it back out again. I hope that's making sense to everybody, and it doesn't sound like just gibberish. But it would kind of start doing like this, is I guess my point. And it would fan back out and back up, and it would basically just do that the whole way up. That could actually work. I'm not sure. This might take a while, but if I can pull it off... I'm going to do this part first, I think. Like, bring this down. What did we say? 4? From the edge, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total. So 4 plus the 1. So if this is our first one, we need to bring it down by 4. So I'm going to do that first. And there's what? A block in between? Yeah. So for this, we would need it to be... I'm just going to go from the center, I think. We go out 1... that would be, yeah, and then there. And then you got the nose, and out 1, I think like that, right? Yes. Okay. So it's a total of 1, 2, 3 out from there. And then place 1. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3. So then let's do one more. Alright, so that's our total thruster edge, basically. And we'll bring this in one edge every time. So if we have 1, 2, 3 there, then this should be... I think we bring it in one every time, don't we? We do it this way? Oh, I see. I tapered it in this way. I kept the ramps the same length. That could be a problem. I might have to... Oh, no, it won't. It won't be a problem, because I'll follow this, and there'll be 2 corners for every one. So it'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So that should be okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. So we'll try that first. And if we like this line, then I'll start working on trying to taper this back up and feather it in. But I think that'll look better overall. I think. It'll just be whether or not I can actually pull it off, because that's a lot of work. But it would keep this more in line with the proper design of the ship, in that the back edge doesn't really stop. It like... Or not stop way up there, it would actually be closer to the back, I think. So I'm going to work on that and see what I can get to and see if that'll work. Whew, okay, so I think I did it. I think I finished it. At least this taper area. And I cannot for the life of me get this lighting right where it shows it well. There's always... It's like... rotating around the wrong axis or something. I don't know, but I think it's okay. I think it's good. I think it'll be better when we get the rest of this lined up with this, I think. But I have a plan for that. But first, I just wanted to show this off because I think we did a pretty good job. I think I got it. By the way, I have found a solution for all of you that have been working with 2x1 ramps and pulling your hair out as much as I have over how to get these things to turn. I've discovered the secret. Start at the bottom. I was starting up at the top here. Doesn't work because it's an inverted pyramid shape, as you can see here. It goes this way and then this way. So if you're trying to get these to curve, don't start with a block there. For example, don't do this. One here, and then rotate around in one there. Don't start with that. That's what I did. Messed me up. Start on the bottom with that shape, and then walk your way back up, and you'll end up with something like this. So that's how I made that turn there. In case anyone was wondering, I know it frustrated me to no end, spent probably 10-15 minutes trying to figure that out. Figured it out, patted myself on the back, felt really good about myself. So yeah, there's that. Now, the question of the hour is, how do we merge this? Now, what I'm thinking, because I really do like this, I think the shape worked out well. And I mean, you can see another example down here. I just copied this and pasted over here for us to work on this section. But I think the thrusters turned out well. I think that kind of matches... Where's my little flying area over here? I think that kind of matches this shape here. It curves around, and it kind of tapers up towards the top. It's a little longer. These look like they're a little fatter, and they're a little taller. I think the versions over here are a bit more squared. Those are just straight up, like, perfectly square. This, I don't know. I guess they came out okay by comparison. Now, the only issue we're going to run into is... Do I not have my lights on? That might be why some of it's not looking right either. The only issue, too, is going to be merging this armor plating into those, like, stick-type thruster area things. That's going to be a little bit of a problem, but I figure we'll just kind of cut into it and just shove them in there, and it'll just look like it just turns into it. I'm not going to try and blend them as much as I'm blending this. It'll just be a straight-on, whatever block level, you know, just whatever it's like this, they're just going to go in there. I don't think we're going to do any blending, so that should be fine. For this, I has a plan, and we're basically going to replicate this shape all the way up, and then stretch this out where we need it. So basically we're going to do this, we're going to keep this shape out to about as far as it'll go, and then move them over and do a row of this, and then stretch this out as far as it'll go, move it over, do a row of this, that type of pattern, I think. I think that's going to be how we're going to deal with this. Not 100%, but I think so. So basically, in case that's not coming off very clear, because it's probably not, I don't do well with building and explaining. What it's going to end up doing is this kind of thing. To keep this pattern, we might go back one. And then do it from here. And then that way the nose is still one block away from the last ring. So we might do it like that, I think. Now, the one other thing that I'm not sure about... I guess it's a little too late to change it. Well, maybe not. I was going to say I don't know how necessary this transition is, or whether or not I could have just come straight out from there. Because it doesn't really indent in at all, it just kind of moves down one, and I'm not really sure that's necessary. But at the same time, I don't really feel like changing it just for that one little section, so I might not. I don't know. I'm looking at this trying to figure out if I can do that without hurting the design at all. I don't think I can. Because I think if I did that... Well, let's just try it real quick. So if I did this and just brought it out... you can see that it would be up one. Well, hold up. Actually, I might be able to get away with that. No. On second thought, don't think I can. I don't think I can, because the only reason I say that is because I'd have to raise this up one, which then changes this shape, which moves this back, which then affects this side over here, and it just cascades into a whole lot of problems that I don't think is really necessary for something so minor, basically. I'm lazy. It's pretty much the moral to that story is I don't feel like it. This build's taken a lot of work. It's been a lot of this type of transition crap. It's a lot of crap. So yeah, I'm like, screw it. Let's move on. Now let's see. Should I don't know if I should line this up or not. Because, see, this did not do the spacer. I had a spacer here and then went to this. This does not space, it just moves over. So what we might do is, to make things easier on ourselves in the long run, we might do it that way. Dagnabbit. Stupid collision boxes. Grab the right thing. So we may actually do it this way. And then bring this over like so. Then we can do this, we can do that, and you can kind of see where I'm going with this from here, is then you'll do a row like so. One more? One more. You know, and then you follow this around, you end up back here, and then we end up with a block there, and we've completed another row. So that's, I think, the pattern. Now, the only issue with this is this doesn't taper in at all. And that is a problem, because it kind of looks weird now. If I kept this going the whole way up, it wouldn't look as odd. But, once again, let me point out why this would end up badly. Is because I do this, right? Nope, nope. We do this. Like so. Well, hold up. Might actually be able to pull this off. Okay. Hold up. By George, I think we found a way to blend this together. Oops. Finger slipped off the key. Holy smokes! Ladies and gentlemen, I think we got it. Bam! There we go, perfectly blended together. Now, the question is, alright, hold on a second, I gotta do at least one row here. Okay, so I got all my blocks set up to be correct, so we're just gonna go through and build an outer ring here so that we can kind of test the theory and confirm that it works. And then hopefully between now and the next episode, I'll just go through and essentially finish it this way. So bring it like this, and just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and add the nose like so. Now, in theory, I should be able to grab this and just fill this in. And it shouldn't leave any floaters. Cool. Now, the question is here. Now, there's a couple different ways we can do this, but I don't think... let me actually put the sun on this side for now. I don't think we'll be able to... I was thinking, well, if I keep doing this, then I'll just eliminate this ridge. I don't know that I can eliminate this ridge entirely, though I do see a way to do it. Holy crap. I'm like fixing one thing, and it could end up changing the whole design. I don't know that I want to do that, though. It would bring the edge... Yeah, it would bring it all the way out here. Woo! Huh. Well, no, because I'd still have to do the corner this way, so I don't think that'll work anyway. But the idea here is that we would bring it to, say, here, maybe? Like something like that. And then let's just go ahead and remove this. You go away. Where's that? There you are. Gotcha. Alright. So now we're dealing with the regular just block setup. And we would basically bring this out like so. I think that would be the setup, essentially. And then, like I said, on the inside, we would just kind of merge the shape wherever it ends up. Let's actually see where this ends up. I'm a bit curious. So we might have a bit of an issue here if we do it like this. If we keep this shape going, because we're going to end up doing one of these. One more? No, that's right. Okay, so then this would merge fine. This would work perfectly, essentially. Might as well just go ahead and do it. This one looks like it could pose an issue. Because... Oh, dagnabbit. Stupid floating blocks. But it'll cause an issue because now we're into the ramps connecting to the pyramid shape, this part, which is a bit of a problem. Because up until now, this was the pyramid section. So here we're going to probably have to do something different. In fact, we could do it like this. I think might work. Now, the only problem with that is it creates a sharper slope again, which, if we take this all the way up to the top, might not be how we want it to look. But if I don't do it this way, I'm not sure what else to do with it, because to put a ramp in here would mean I'd need to find a way to merge this kind of shape with this pyramid shape and yada 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 yada. So I may end up having a bit of a sharper top part and then... but essentially we'd be bringing it straight over is the idea. So like from here, it would probably go, you know, out to here somewhere, basically. Because it's going to end up doing a single block shape like this. All the way up. Actually, let's just see where it ends up. Is it always a couple blocks higher? I'm not sure. Oops. It's actually not as far away from our existing edge as I thought. So, if we were to continue this, that would be essentially the new arch, which I don't think is bad. I think it might work. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but this episode has gone way too long, so we're going to wrap things up here. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.